You don't need more motivation. You don't need another productivity hack. What you need is the discipline to kill what's stealing your focus right now, while you're jumping from task to task, while you're pretending to be productive. There's another man sitting in silence, building, while the rest of the world scrolls, reacts, and stays broke. Every time you check your phone, every time you say yes to something that doesn't move your life forward, you're not just losing time, you're leaking power. You feel busy, but you're stuck. You're tired, but you're not advancing, and deep down, you know it. This is the moment where that ends. This is where you build ruthless focus, the kind of focus that makes results inevitable. We start now. You think distraction is a choice. You think you're in control, but the truth is, you've been trained to be distracted. Every beep, every vibration, every red notification bubble was designed by people smarter than you to hijack your mind and pull you away from your mission. This is not random. This is not a coincidence. There are billion-dollar teams spending years of research learning how to steal your attention. For one reason, because your focus is valuable, not to you, but to them. Every scroll, every click, every second you spend reacting to things that don't matter is a second where you're not building your body, not growing your business, not deepening your mind, not moving your life forward. And here's the brutal part. Most men never escape this trap. They wake up, they check their phones before even getting out of bed. They open their inbox before taking their first breath of fresh air. They start their day already playing defense, already reacting, already losing. And the worst part, it feels normal. Because that's how most people live now. Reacting, scrolling, half starting, half finishing, never fully present, never fully engaged, never fully alive. You think you're choosing this? You're not. Your brain is addicted to novelty, addicted to little hits of dopamine, addicted to checking, to refreshing, to reacting. You've trained yourself to feel uncomfortable with silence, to feel anxious when you're offline. That's why deep work feels impossible. That's why reading a book feels boring. That's why staying with one task for more than 10 minutes feels like torture. But here's the truth you've been avoiding. Distraction is not harmless. It's not just losing a few minutes. It's not just a quick check. It's a systematic erosion of your discipline, your energy, your self-respect. Every time you let yourself get pulled, you're reinforcing a habit, the habit of being weak, the habit of reacting, the habit of playing small. And here's where the Stoic clarity cuts through. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid about things that don't matter. Translation: stop caring about the noise. Stop chasing every little piece of information. Stop giving your energy to things beneath your mission, because here's what happens when you don't. You become the guy who knows a little about everything, but masters nothing. You become the man full of opinions, but empty in results. You stay stuck in the middle. And let me tell you something, Nobody remembers the man in the middle. Nobody respects the guy who's kind of trying. You want focus? You want progress? You want results? Then it starts here. By admitting this, right now, your biggest enemy is how easily you let your attention be stolen. So here's your first micro challenge. Before this video ends, I want you to write down the top 3 distractions that are draining you daily. Be honest, no filters, no excuses. What's the app you check way too often? What's the notification you always respond to, even when you shouldn't? Who's the person that keeps pulling you into conversations that don't matter? Write it down, because until you name your distractions, you'll never reclaim your focus. And this is just the beginning. Most men are drowning, not because they're weak, but because they're fighting every battle except the ones that matter. They say yes to everything. Yes to every meeting. Yes to every favor. Yes to every distraction disguised as opportunity. And then they wonder why they feel stretched thin, why they feel burned out, but at the same time, empty. Here's a brutal truth. If you don't filter your battles, life will choose them for you, and life doesn't care about your goals. It will fill your days with noise, with requests, with drama, with other people's priorities. You wake up, and before you even take control of your own direction, you're already solving problems that aren't yours. Seneca said, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." Translation: if you don't know exactly what you're building, you'll drift, you'll react, you'll waste your energy fighting battles that don't move your life forward. So here's the Stoic filter. One simple question you need to ask before committing to anything. Does this get me closer and to the man I want to become? Not, is this urgent? Not, will this make people like me? Not, is this easy? But does this move me towards the life I'm building? Because here's the hard truth. Every yes is a no to something else. When you say yes to answering that text, you're saying no to your focus. When you say yes to that random coffee meeting, you're saying no to your deep work. When you say yes to another pointless scroll through social media, you're saying no to your own potential. And here's where most men fail. They think saying no makes them selfish, makes them rude, makes them cold. But the Stoic sees it differently. Saying no is an act of self-respect. It's an act of mission clarity. It's how you protect your energy for the battles that actually matter. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary?" That's the filter. That's the standard. You want ruthless focus? Then you need ruthless filters. And here's your second micro challenge. For the next 7 days, before saying yes to anything new, pause and ask yourself, is this essential or is this noise? If it's not essential, you don't do it. No explanation, no apology, no guilt. You protect your time like a warrior protects his shield, because if you don't, nobody will. And here's the paradox. The more you say no to distractions, the more powerful your yes becomes. You'll have energy for what matters. You'll have presence when it counts. You'll stop scattering yourself across 100 weak efforts and finally go all in on the few battles that will define your life. This is how you shift from being busy to being dangerous. Now that you've exposed the distractions and filtered your battles, it's time to build the system, because discipline is not a mood. It's not about waking up feeling inspired. It's about designing your environment, your routines, and your mind to make focus inevitable. Let's be clear, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So here's the Stoic routine for deep, ruthless focus. Step 1. Start with silence before the world pulls you, before notifications start screaming, before anyone else's agenda touches your mind. You sit in silence. Minutes, eyes closed, no phone, no music, just you. And the question, what actually matters today? This isn't about meditation for peace. It's about sharpening your mind before the chaos starts. Step 2. Set your non-negotiables. Forget endless to-do lists. Forget feeling productive just because you're busy. You write down 3 things. The 3 most essential needle-moving actions that, if completed, would make today a win. No more, no less. This forces clarity. It eliminates the illusion of productivity. If it's not on that list, it doesn't get your attention. Step 3. Block your time. Like a warrior, preparing for battle, you don't hope for focus, you schedule it. Block at least 2 uninterrupted hours. For deep work, phone out of reach, notifications off, tabs closed. This is your battlefield, no distractions allowed. And when you sit down, you go in with full presence, not half working, not half scrolling, not checking messages between paragraphs. You go deep. You finish what you start. Step 4. Ruthless digital boundaries. Your phone is not a toy. It's not your friend. It's a tool. And it stays off during focus blocks. Airplane mode. Do not disturb. Put it in another room if you have to. You think, this is extreme? Good. Because extreme distractions require extreme defenses. Seneca said, if you are everywhere, you are nowhere. That applies to your attention. Step 5. Close the day with reflection before you sleep. Take 3 minutes. Ask yourself, did I protect my focus today? Where did I let distraction win? What will I do differently tomorrow? This is how you build awareness. This is how you stop living on autopilot. This is how you become intentional with every day you're given. And here's your 3rd micro challenge for the next 3 days. Live this routine, no exceptions, no excuses. Start with silence. Pick your top 3. Block your deep work. Shut out the noise and close the day with brutal honesty. Because here's the bottom line. Focus is not a gift. It's a discipline. And every day you let yourself drift is a day where another man moves further ahead. This is where you close that gap. Not tomorrow. Today. Let's get something clear. The cost of distraction isn't just lost time. It's lost momentum. It's lost confidence. It's lost identity. You think missing one deep work session is no big deal. You think one more scroll on your phone is harmless. You think letting another day slip by unfocused doesn't really change much. You're wrong. Because here's what's really happening. Every time you choose distraction, you're training your nervous system to tolerate being mediocre. You're teaching your brain that it's okay to avoid hard things, that it's okay to chase easy dopamine, that it's okay to live on autopilot, and day after day, that becomes who you are, not by accident, by design. You stop trusting yourself. You start doubting your ability to finish things. You feel busy, but useless. You're tired, but directionless. And worst of all, you start building an identity that doesn't match the man you were supposed to become. Here's the silent truth. Most men will never say out loud. It's not just about productivity. It's about self-respect. Every time you let yourself drift, a part of you knows you're wasting your shot. You're wasting the body you were given. You're wasting the mind you were supposed to sharpen. You're wasting the years you'll never get back. And then you lie to yourself. You tell yourself you'll focus tomorrow, that next week will be different, that you're just waiting for the right time. But let me ask you this. When has waiting ever made you stronger? When has drifting ever built discipline? When has passive living ever made a man dangerous? The truth? It never has, and it never will. Seneca wrote, "While we waste our time hesitating and postponing, life is slipping away." Read that again. While you hesitate, life is slipping away. So here's your final micro-challenge. Before this day ends, I want you to take one action that proves to yourself that this is the moment everything shifts. Delete the app. Block the site. Cancel the meeting that doesn't matter. Put your phone in another room and finish that project. Wake up tomorrow and start with silence. One move, one decision, one moment where you choose to respect your time like your life depends on it, because it does. And here's the final truth you've been avoiding. No one's coming to save your focus. No app, no trick, no shortcut. It's you versus distraction every day. And the world, it belongs to the man who knows how to choose where his mind lives. Now you know the truth. Distraction isn't an accident. It's a decision every day. You're either building focus or building regret. There's no middle ground, no neutral zone, no safe space between action and avoidance. You've seen the trap. You've felt the cost. You've learned the tools. Silence before chaos. 3 non-negotiables. Block time for deep work. Digital walls. End-of-day reflection. This isn't theory. It's a discipline. And here's what happens next. Some men will click away, go back to scrolling, go back to reacting, go back to drifting, but a few will decide right now that this is the line, that from this day on, focus isn't optional, it's identity. And to those few, I'll say this: your life will change the moment you do. So here's your final challenge. Before the sun sets today, prove to yourself that you're done living distracted. Pick one thing, one real task that matters, and do it without interruption, without drifting, without checking. Start small, but start. Now, because while the world scrolls, you'll be building quietly, relentlessly, unstoppably.